Jesus washed the feet of his own disciples. That's something only the servants would do to those of higher status. Jesus humbled himself and served us to model how we should love one another. Before we go this week, I want to leave you with this. We serve a holy God, and he calls us to be the same. Let's go this week and live in his holiness.
Will you stand with us?
Hey, Pastor Stephen.
Oh, hey, Allie. How's it going?
I'm okay. Can I ask you something?
I don't know. Can you? What's your question?
This morning you said that we serve a holy God and that he calls us to be the same. But what exactly does that mean?
What does what mean?
Holy. What does it mean to be holy?
Come here. So, I have a bunch of donuts here, right? There's nothing special about them. They're just plain donuts. Now, watch. Now, what's special about this donut?
Nothing.
Right. It's just a plain old donut, exactly like all of these. Except this donut, I set aside because I'm going to eat it.
I don't follow.
So, this donut is set apart. It's the same as the other donuts, except this one is set apart for me to eat. It's the same, but it has a different purpose. That's what holiness is. When God calls his people to be holy, what he's really saying is for them to be set apart for him. In the Old Testament, God's people, the Israelites, were set apart from the other wicked nations around them, dedicated to God.
And that's what God calls us to do today?
That's right. Paul says in Romans 12:2, not to conform to the patterns of this world. Instead, we need to allow God to transform us and make us more like him.
Wait a minute. So, God calls us to be set apart for him. But then how is God holy? Is he set apart for himself?
No, that's not how God's holiness works. Here. Is this pen anything like the donuts?
No.
Right. The pen is absolutely nothing like the donuts. It is set apart from the donuts. That's what God's holiness is like. God is set apart from everything. There is nobody like God. Nobody as powerful as God. There's nobody that knows as much as God. He is 100% perfect. There's no imperfection in him. So when God says he is holy, what he's really saying is that there's no one like him. And when God calls us to be holy, what he's really saying is for us to be set apart for his purposes.
So, God has made me holy, right?
If you believe in Jesus and his death on the cross, yeah.
And God is calling me to dedicate every part of me to him.
Right.
And the reason I do that is because he's so holy, that he's the only one who deserves it.
Exactly.
Wow. That's a word to live by.